And here we are. This is game number 6 in the Israeli Star League season number 3 in the grand finals between Complain and Bulugulu. Spawning in the 6 o'clock position, we find our green Terran player playing for Cascade 1 bet. It is the one and only Complain. And he is facing off against his red Terran opponent, spawning in the 10 o'clock position, the top left corner. It is going to be the red Terran Bulugulu. Now he has consistently opened up with the refinery first, and Complaints tried to exploit that in the last game, but once the marine numbers were growing and the Hellions came out, Bulugulu was able to hold on. Yes, he lost a few of the SCVs, but he had a follow-up plan. He had his tech ready, and once those Reapers of Complaint were killed off, that's a very big investment, and if they get killed off without doing too much damage, they're gonna have a very bad time. But again, Bulugulu will open up with the refinery first before anything else. And on the other side of the map, we do see Complain opening up with the barracks first. This is the way he opened up in game number 1, 2, and 3, I do believe. And in game 1 and 3, it did work out pretty well for him. But let's see. One more win for Complain, and he will win this entire tournament. And well, the money is going to be great, but winning a tournament, that's just something that is very important for these players. You don't want to get beat at your game. And these players really want to get the fame, get the recognition for getting that win for tournaments. Because that is, in the end, pretty much the most important thing that can happen. The money is, of course, a very good motivator too. But getting the title, getting the win, those are also pretty important aspects. But we do see that Complain is following it up with a refinery, so he's not going to stay gasless at all. Bulugulu is getting that factory immediately, of course. Going for a refinery first does allow you to do that. And once again, the SCV is checking the Xelnaga Watchtower just to make sure that there's no proxy Raxes coming down right there. Because he knows that Complain is able to do something like that. But the Marine is guarding the front of the RAM to deny any scouting from Bulugulu. And I do believe the SCV of Complain will make it into that base. Does not commit to it. Did he already check exactly what is going on? Yeah, he saw the factory, so he knows all that he needs to know. And at the 3-minute mark, that factory should be done. Now, did the Marine get the kill right there? Yeah, one Marine has one kill. So, no scouting for Bulugulu. The SCV was brave, but he was not strong enough to bypass 3 armed Marines. And that should not be a surprise. The SCV of Complain, however, does manage to survive. We do see a starport on the way right now for Bulugulu. Is this a tag lab? Yes, it is a tag lab, which means that we are probably going to see Banshees. There are, of course, different ways to go about this. It could also be for a Raven, just to play it extra safe, because Bulugulu has no idea what Complain is up to. Complain is not playing very aggressive. He is getting that command center in a very good timing once again. He wants to get it down pretty early on and get the economic lead. He's not playing for the one base play, he is playing for the longer game. And that's what he feels comfortable with, so that's definitely something that he should do. Now, I believe that was not an engineering bay. I do believe that was a bunker, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that. Was not paying attention to that, but did get cancelled in favor of an extra refinery and of that starport that is now going to come down. Those minerals are still a pretty important aspect. Also, Complain has a very nice vision inside his base with that supply depot, spotting for anything like drops that could come into his base. Looking at the base of Bulugulu, he did in fact not go for that Banshee, and look at that, the scan is perfect timing. He sees that the Raven is now out. Cloak, however, does get started, but the starport is not doing anything. Bulugulu has money to start it off, but he does cancel it right there. He was just trying to freak him out, hoping that he thinks that one of the Banshees is already out, but that should not trick Complain all that easy. So let's see if he commits to an engineering bay to get the missile turrets going, or if he will completely forgo that. But so far, command center for Complain has landed, double orbital already up and running, while Bulugulu is still working on his second command center. So Complain will be boosting ahead in that SCV count quite fast. But the tanks are gonna roll out. The Raven is already here. and it looks like Bulugulu should move out very soon. He has the Marines, he has the tank. He's just probably going to wait for a second tank before he really wants to move onto the map and try and get some harassment done on Complain. But in the current state, I really like the position of Complain. He is up 6 workers already. He's going to extend that lead with 2 more, I believe, and that's going to give him like 8 to 9 worker advantage without really doing anything special at all, just having the guts to go for that command center so early. But Complain did go out to a medevac. He has 8 Marines ready for a drop. There is a Raven and a Viking here to intercept this. There's enough energy for a point defense drone too, or for a seeker missile, whichever he wants. Even an auto turret can be very potent in situations like this. But this medevac is out for blood, and if instead of Bulugulu Complain gets the damage done, that can become very painful. And behind this, Complain is going to go for a delayed Banshee, and that can pack a punch too, because at this point Bulugulu is not going to expect that Banshee to fly into his base anytime soon. But the Banshee is going to be out right now, and it can be sent out across the map. We're not going to see Mac from Complain. He's getting those extra barracks up. He's gonna start his stim pack, and on the other side of the map we are also going to see Bio with tanks. The medevac still chilling out. Oh, and the Banshee might get spotted. Yeah, but the Banshee should have spotted those medevacs too, and that means that Complain has some time to get into position. He is moving his Marines right now, but there's no. Oh, there's 2 siege tanks inside the main base, so this should not do a whole lot. And those tank drops of Bulugulu have done quite a bit of damage in the past. But one of the tanks of Bulugulu is falling very fast. The Marines getting taken out pretty fast now too. One of the siege tanks of Complain is going to go down, but there's a backup siege tank behind this, and one of the siege tanks will get focus fired down. He's not moving close, however. He's not going to be able to pick that up. He's going to get the kill on that siege tank. At the same time, drop inside the main base. 8 workers have been killed off of Bulugulu, but Lane has lost 10 of his own. And with the siege tank positioned very nicely, we'll be able to clean that up. Did the Banshee also lose his life already? Yes, the Banshee was killed off. So very nice multitasking of Bulugulu, but Complain still in the lead. He's 11 workers up over his opponent. All of the tech is already on the map. Stimpack is almost done for Complain. I don't believe it has even been started for Bulugulu just yet. He has two tech labs on the production tab, so we will be starting combat shields and Stimpack at the same time to catch up in that regard. And 4 more barracks are going to come down for Complain just to ramp up that production. He has a very nice advantage, and he has a very good chance in just closing it out right there. But looking at the upgrades, +1 attack upgrade for both these players about to finish up right now. They're being both pretty passive. There is a drop moving out to the base of Complain. It's filled with Marines, but there is a tank here that is just sieging up right now, and there are Marines even here, so this should not do any damage whatsoever. He's dropping inside the range of that siege tank. Try to go for that medevac, not getting it quite yet, but killing off those 3 Marines still going to be very nice for Complain nonetheless. Now there is another Banshee coming in. It's going to spot the reactor on that starport. Oh, there is no missile turret done just yet. He could go for that SCV actually. There's no detection. This orbital command is very close to having 50 energy. The Raven is in position, but he's out of range. Oh, nice dropping. We can go back into the main base. He can deny that third base for a little while longer, getting a kill on that SCV. Pretty powerful, but now the missile turret inside the main base is going to be done. Detection from both the missile turret and the Raven is going to be here, so it will get picked off. But Complain is just pulling ahead more and more. Army supply is in favor of Complain. Also the worker count quite a bit in favor of Complain. He is up with 19 workers, 18 workers right now. The third command center for Complain is quite a bit later, but going for a third command center yourself, especially if it got delayed like it was on the base of Bulugulu, that's not going to help you at all. And that is exactly what explains the current supply lead that Complain has. He's just been taking better engagement. The missile turret ring is going to come down. It's going to be a little bit too late. Those 5 Marines are going to drop inside this, well, very close to that mineral line. There's a siege tank behind the engineering bay, making sure that not too much damage will get done. A little bit of friendly fire, but the siege tank gets all 5 kills on those Marines. And the medevac was even picked off by those missile turrets, I do believe. Yeah, 1 kill on this one, Mr. Making sure that the Marines could not retreat any longer. And Complain with the advantage that he has. He's moving across the map. Yes, there is another drop of Bulugulu, but it's still going to take some time before it will arrive in the natural base. And there is, well, once again, units for Complain here ready. And it looks like Complain is looking for a location to push in. This Raven and Medevac could do a lot of damage. Point defense drone will negate the power from those missile turrets. And that allows for safe dropping. There we go. Oh, the missile turret does take out the point defense drone, and of course the Raven behind that. He wants to get out of there, but he cannot do that. And again, Complain managed to hold on. That was not a lot of units lost at all. And Complain is now going to stim up that natural base ramp, and he is going to go for the win right here. 2 tanks are sieged up, 2 of them already falling, 1 sieging still alive. Dancing off the SUV, Bulugulu knows that he has lost this game. There's going to be the congratulations. Very well mannered from Bulugulu. He has put on a very good fight, but Complain will take this best of 7 finals with a 4-2 victory. Great play from him, and congratulations to Complain.